Hello, my name is Brooke Fishel, and I'm going to be doing my informative speech on Agent Orange. As you can see, my visual aid is up here, and I know it's kind of hard to see right now. At the end, I will show you it. I gotta work with what I have for right now. Okay. In 1962, the U.S. military unknowingly used a chemical that they thought would help them win the Vietnam War. But unfortunately, it took a lot of lives. This chemical is known as Agent Orange. According to Paper Masters, Agent Orange was a powerful herbicide used during the Vietnam War, which contained the deadly chemical dioxin, and over 20 million gallons of it was sprayed over Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos from 1961 to 1971. This herbicide is called Agent Orange because of the bright orange stripe on the barrels that they stored it in. Chances are you are related or have come in contact with somebody that has been affected by Agent Orange. History claimed that sadly 2.4 million veterans were exposed to Agent Orange. Now today, I'm going to inform you on exactly what Agent Orange is, why it was used, and ways our American soldiers have been suffering and passing away from it. Wikipedia states that Agent Orange is a herbicide and defoliant chemical, which is one of the tactical used rainbow herbicides. The purpose behind the use of this toxic chemical was to destroy crops and dense tropical foliages that provided enemy cover. The U.S. program code named it Operation Ranch Hand, in which 20 million gallons of various herbicides were sprayed from planes, but Agent Orange was the most common. Sadly, this chemical was supposed to help the American military, but actually caused severe health effects that would develop later in the soldier's life. Now, exposure to Agent Orange is considered to be the cause of skin disease, cancers, birth defects, and extreme congenital malformations. Britannia states that U.S. military forces sprayed in Vietnam for the purpose of defoliating forest areas that might conceal the Viet Cong and North Vietnamese forces and destroy crops that might feed the enemy. Now, in 1979, the U.S. veterans brought a class action lawsuit against the makers that produced Agent Orange. The lawsuit was settled in 1984 with a total of $180 million to be used to compensate over 250,000 Vietnam veterans and their families. Now, today I had a chance to inform you about the toxic chemical used during the Vietnam War. I told you what it was, why it was used, and the effects it had on veterans and their families. Even though the Vietnam veterans won the lawsuit, history states they brought to the producers of Agent Orange that compensation will never make up for the long-term lasting health effects. Not only do the veterans suffer, but their families suffer emotionally by watching their members' life deteriorate from this toxic chemical, Agent Orange. Now, before I show you my visual aid, I just want to explain to you what I am going to be showing you. Now, for my visual aid, I chose to show you the effects of Agent Orange. Although my grandfather may look normal in these photos, on the outside he may look normal, but on the inside, Agent Orange is killing him. In 1966, at the age of 19, my grandfather got sent to fight for his country and later being exposed to a deadly chemical, Agent Orange. As he got older, he developed diabetes, became legally blind, and had many strokes. And lastly, his kidneys shut down, and he sadly passed away in 2018. All because of this horrendous herbicide. Now, I'm just going to get up and show you because it's really hard to see right here. My grandpa was my father figure, and he was my best friend, and unfortunately, Agent Orange took over his life. Not only his, but my family's as well. Here's my grandfather at the age of 19. He was sent to Vietnam to fight for his country. Later on in life, he developed diabetes and he became legally blind. My family did not know anything about Agent Orange. And we had a lady come and talk to us about his health issues, and she looks at us in the face and was like, I can't believe this, but your husband was exposed to Agent Orange, and the money that they said that they would give to the soldiers, they actually gave to my grandfather, which helped our family very much, but absolutely no money could change what had happened to him. And it is very sad, of course. But anyways, there he is after one stroke. And sadly, after many, many strokes, he was unable to walk or feed himself. He became 100% disabled due to Agent Orange. Later on, afterwards, he was turning very yellow, and we took him to the hospital, and all due to Agent Orange, his kidneys were shutting down, and he had very little good health left in him. He was unable to get a transplant or even have dialysis, and he was dying very fast. Even through the tough times, he still wore his Vietnam veteran hat, and he always supported fighting for his country. Well, unfortunately, we were told that he only had a month at the most to live. His kidneys were at a 4%, all due to Agent Orange. August 31st, 2018, my grandfather took his last breath, and he died from complications due to Agent Orange. I just wanted to point out that my grandfather is now on the Agent Orange wall, and in July we were supposed to go see the wall in Washington, D.C. and get to experience the celebration of them and everything, but unfortunately coronavirus kind of ruined that. But I hope to show all of you photos when we do go there, because I do believe that it would be worth sharing. So, thank you for your time.